You've seen them in movies and dreams. But what if I told you fairy tale castles like these are real? Turrets reach into the sky, moats wreathed in mist, and ancient walls hint at stories waiting to be uncovered. In this countdown of the top 10 fairy tale castles that actually exist, we're exploring the world's most unbelievable fortresses, from alpine wonders to cliffside palaces, each with its own spellbinding past. If you love hidden histories and castles too magical to believe, subscribe now before we begin. First up, a love story left unfinished, its echoes still etched in stone. Number 10. Boldt Castle, United States. Boldt Castle is a striking monument set on Hart Island in the St. Lawrence River. George C. Boldt, a self-made millionaire and hotelier, set out to build this Rhineland-inspired masterpiece as a tribute to his wife Louise. Every turret and archway was crafted to reflect their bond, with European artisans brought in to add intricate details, and the island itself shaped like a heart, an unmistakable symbol of devotion. Construction began in 1900, and the castle quickly became an architectural marvel. But in 1904, everything changed. Louise passed away unexpectedly, and George Boldt immediately halted the project. Workers left the site as it was, blueprints still pinned to the walls, rooms unfinished, and dreams suspended in time. For more than 70 years, Boldt Castle stood silent, its grand halls and towers untouched, a monument to both ambition and loss. Restoration efforts finally began in 1977, breathing new life into the castle and sparking debate about whether to complete Boldt's vision or preserve its haunting, unfinished beauty. Today, visitors wander its winding paths, feeling the weight of a love story that never reached its final chapter. Number 9. Likenstein Castle, Germany. Perched on a cliff like a falcon ready to take flight, Likenstein Castle appears more like a storybook sketch than a real fortress. Built between 1840 and 1842 by Duke Wilhelm of Urach, the castle was inspired by Wilhelm Hauff's novel Liechtenstein, a romantic tale filled with knights, loyalty, and medieval honor. The dream of bringing fiction to life took shape in stone, set dramatically 250 meters above Germany's Echaz Valley. Its design reflects the Gothic Revival style, with slender spires, pointed arches, and stained glass windows, capturing the chivalric ideals of the Romantic era. At a time when Europe longed for the pageantry and mystique of the Middle Ages, Liechtenstein Castle became a tangible response to that nostalgia, transforming literary imagination into reality. The structure blends seamlessly with the limestone cliff, using local stone so that parts of the castle seem to grow straight from the rock, as if nature itself conspired in its creation. Liechtenstein Castle is more than just a building. It's a cultural statement that captures a fleeting moment of fairy tale wonder. Standing atop its tallest tower, visitors look out over the Swabian Alb, taking in landscapes that feel both timeless and imagined. Number 8. Hohenzollern Castle, Germany. Rising 855 meters above the German countryside, Hohenzollern Castle commands attention from miles away. Locals sometimes call it the Cloud Castle, because on certain mornings, its spires vanish into the mist, leaving only silhouettes above the clouds. The effect is both dramatic and intentional, thanks to its placement atop Mount Hohenzollern, a site chosen for its strategic and visual impact. The current structure, the third castle built on this site, was constructed between 1846 and 1867. King Frederick William IV of Prussia envisioned more than just a family residence. He wanted a lasting monument to the Hohenzollern dynasty. The castle's Gothic Revival design, with its pointed arches and intricate battlements, was a deliberate nod to the medieval knightly castles of his ancestors, tying the family's legacy to a romanticized past. Workers hauled limestone up steep slopes to create towering ramparts and defences, reinforcing both its symbolism and its grandeur. Inside, the castle serves as a treasury of Prussian history. Visitors find swords, uniforms and artifacts belonging to Frederick the Great, reminders of the family's influence on German history. From the observation deck, views stretch nearly 100 kilometres, but the castle's true magic appears when fog rolls in. Suddenly, the mountain disappears, and the fortress seems to float, suspended between earth and sky. Number 7. Alcazar of Siggoia, Spain. High on a rocky outcrop in central Spain, the Alcazar of Siggoia stands with a profile unlike any other. Its walls curve outward, giving it the look of a ship's bow ready to cut through the plains. Construction began in the 12th century, and over the centuries, the fortress has grown and changed, blending Romanesque, Gothic, and Mudejar styles into a single striking silhouette. Its position offered both panoramic views and a natural defense, which made it valuable as a fortress, royal palace, military academy, and state prison. Its pointed turrets and sharp angles have become iconic, and many believe the Alcazar inspired the design of Cinderella's castle for Disney. The castle's fairy tale appearance draws visitors from around the world, especially at sunset, when the golden stone seems to glow. Yet, behind the beauty, the Alcazar's defences are real. Arrow slits, a working drawbridge, and secret passages all speak to its military past. In the Hall of Kings, painted monarchs look down from above, reminders of centuries of history within these walls. Number 6. Island Donan Castle, Scotland. At the meeting point of 3 sea lochs in the Scottish Highlands, Island Donan Castle stands on a small tidal island, its stone walls rising where Loch Duich, Loch Long, and Loch Alsh converge. Originally built in the 13th century, its strategic location made it a vital stronghold during clan wars and Jacobite uprisings. The castle's narrow stone bridge, the only connection to the mainland, highlights its sense of isolation and the importance of its defensive position. Throughout its history, Island Donan passed between rival clans, most notably the Mackenzies and the McRaes, each leaving their mark on the fortress. Inside, arrow slits and the soot-darkened Great Hall serve as reminders of centuries of conflict and resilience. The castle was painstakingly reconstructed between 1919 and 1932, with local craftsmen using traditional techniques to restore its medieval character and ensure its legacy would endure. Today, visitors experience a place steeped in Scottish heritage, where stories of clan feuds and resistance come alive against a dramatic backdrop of mountains and sea. Some guests even mention a sense of mystery in the air, perhaps the lingering presence of the past. Enjoying these castle mysteries. Number 5. Pelish Castle, Romania. Hidden among the Carpathian Mountains, Pelish Castle stands as a blend of artistry and innovation. King Carol I of Romania began its construction in 1873, and over more than 40 years, until 1914, he shaped every detail, personally guiding architects and craftsmen. The result is a castle where neo-Renaissance towers, Gothic revival accents, Baroque details, and Art Nouveau touches come together in a seamless, harmonious design. Timber framing, colourful frescoes, and an array of turrets give the castle its signature fairy tale look. Pelish was more than just beautiful. By 1883, it had become one of the first castles in Europe equipped with central heating and electric light, powered by its own hydropower plant. A small elevator moved luggage between floors, a rare comfort at the time. Carol Vern's vision extended to every corner, with over 300 artisans contributing walnut-carved walls and mother-of-pearl ceilings, combining German craftsmanship with Romanian motifs to make a statement about the nation's place in Europe. Today, Pelish Castle remains a testament to the meeting of modern innovation and romantic design. Loving the journey so far? If these castles have you dreaming of spiral staircases and secret chambers, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We've still got 5 more magical fortresses to explore. Let's keep going. Number 4. Chateau de Shambore, France. In 1519, King Francis I set out to create more than just a hunting lodge. He wanted a showpiece that would impress visiting monarchs and dignitaries. The result, completed over nearly 3 decades from 1519 to 1547, is a palace so ambitious it stands as one of the most iconic achievements of the French Renaissance. Shambore's massive facade and symmetrical design make it feel more like a royal statement than a place for deer hunts. Inside, the castle's most celebrated feature is the double helix staircase. 2 people can ascend or descend at the same time, each visible through openings, but their paths never cross. Historians speculate that Leonardo da Vinci, who spent his final years in France, may have influenced this ingenious design, though no definitive proof exists. The staircase's clever engineering feels tailor-made for noble egos unwilling to share the spotlight. Despite boasting 426 rooms and 282 fireplaces, Francis I rarely stayed at Shambore. Many of the rooftop spires and chimneys serve no practical function. They're simply decorative, adding to the castle's surreal fairy tale quality. Number 3. Mont Saint-Michel, France. Rising from the tidal flats of Normandy, this medieval abbey commands attention with its dramatic silhouette and centuries-old stonework. Built atop a rocky islet, Mont Saint-Michel reached its construction peak in the 13th century, creating a vertical city that appears to defy gravity. The abbey's spires and ramparts soar above the sea, while the shifting tides transform the landscape, sometimes isolating the entire commune from the mainland. Legend says the Archangel Michael appeared to Bishop Aubert in 708 AD, urging him to build a sanctuary on this very spot. According to the story, the bishop hesitated until the archangel left a mark, burning a hole in Aubert's skull. The result is a marvel of engineering. Workers hauled granite across treacherous sands, stacking buildings upward in a spiral that leads to the abbey's highest point. Winding streets and ancient houses cluster around the base, their weathered walls shaped by centuries of wind and salt. Visitors often describe the sensation of standing on Mont Saint-Michel as stepping into another world, especially when fog rolls in and only the abbey rises above the mist. Number 2. Himeji Castle, Japan. Known as the White Heron Castle, Himeji stands out for its brilliant white walls and sweeping roofs that evoke the image of a bird poised for flight. The current structure dates to 1609, built atop stone foundations first laid in 1333, making it one of Japan's oldest and best preserved castles. Its design is a masterclass in defense. Maze-like corridors, hidden arrow slits, and watchtowers all work together to confound intruders and protect the main keep. The castle's white exterior isn't just for show. Craftsmen used a special plaster blend of lime and sand, which not only dazzles in the sun, but also provides vital fireproofing. The clever placement of walls and deep stone foundations helped Himeji survive centuries of conflict, including the bombings of World War II, when much of the city around it was destroyed, but the castle remained standing. Yet Himeji's history holds a darker side. According to legend, the ghost of Okiku, a servant girl wronged by false accusations, haunts a well on the grounds. Visitors claim they still hear her count plates at midnight, a chilling reminder that beauty and tragedy often share the same walls. Number 1. Neuschwanstein Castle, Germany. Commissioned by King Ludwig II of Bavaria, this castle rises from the Bavarian Alps, with white limestone walls, pointed gables, and tall turrets that seemed to belong in a storybook. Construction began in 1869, and Ludwig poured his fortune into the Romanesque revival design, creating a retreat far from court where he could immerse himself in art and music. The setting, perched high above the countryside, amplifies the sense of isolation and wonder he craved. Inside, every room reflects Ludwig's admiration for Richard Wagner's operas. Murals and tapestries depict scenes from Lohengrin and Tannhäuser, while the interiors echo theatrical grandeur. Ludwig spent only 172 days at Neuschwanstein before his mysterious death in 1886, leaving the castle unfinished. This short time, paired with the castle's incomplete state, adds to its mythic aura and sense of longing. Despite its origins as a private sanctuary, Neuschwanstein's silhouette later inspired Disney's Cinderella Castle, cementing its place in popular imagination. This was the fairy tale castle that birthed a kingdom of dreams. Across continents and centuries, these castles show how imagination and craftsmanship can transform stone into something remarkable. Each fortress, whether rising from tidal flats, perched on a mountain, or standing sentinel on a lonely island, blends history, legend, and creativity to transport us beyond the everyday. Which fairy tale fortress would you explore first? The misty ramparts of Donan, the soaring towers of Himi, or perhaps the intricate halls of Shambore? Tell us in the comments. Subscribe now to uncover more real-life legends, because this is just the beginning.